What's up from the parking space in the car? Chris and Mandy here. She's over here laughing again.
We've done this. How many times have we started this video?
Twice.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
We were talking about uh, moving from one state to another, and we got thinking about we really didn't bring anything furniture wise other than the kitchen table and maybe a couple chairs. But the storage unit was completely full. Oh,
See,
and the china cabinet, sorry.
yeah.
But everything else,
Because when you're from the South, you have to bring China.
okay, God.
I don't know. That's just
Anyway,
what I was told whenever I was a
so we were
kid.
talking about, I said, we really didn't bring furniture
Mm-mm.
because when we finally got in our house, we put our mattresses on the floor for the first few weeks until everybody got a bed frame. And
Mm.
we slowly but surely just got pieces here and there and different things. And
Went on
still wonder,
Facebook Marketplace.
still wonder why we had a storage unit.
Yeah. Well, gosh.
Decorations,
Well, even though we didn't,
kids' clothes from when they were
yeah.
little,
Well, I mean, it's keepsakes. It
kitchen
wasn't like
stuff.
it was.
Because we were living in a camper, so there was no way we could use all this stuff.
Yeah. But he acts like, it was like we kept everything. We seriously did not. There was just like five people. There's five
Yeah,
people.
and we let the kids pack up boxes.
Oh
Some of that
gosh.
stuff we should have
Yeah.
never bought.
Don't ever
Go
let your
pack up what you
children
want to do
pack
it.
because
They were 10 and 13 at the time, and
right.
they kept some of the
Craziest stuff.
stuff that we could use to start fires.
We or we
Yeah,
found rocks and remember we found rocks, like seriously like rocks in one of the boxes. So yeah, but we were in a hurry. I mean, we weren't in a hurry so much whenever we moved, but we had what did we do before? We sold as much as we could. We sold
we
most of
had it
our
all in a
furniture.
storage in the other state
Well,
until,
no, go back it up. We sold as much as we could.
yeah, but we
We did a
had,
yard sale.
yeah, but we had all of our stuff in that
Right.
storage unit first in that state until we made sure we were sold, and
Right.
then we moved it,
Right.
put it in a trailer ourselves, brought it all the way up to the other state, and put it in another storage unit, and it stayed there for almost 2 years
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
a year and a half.
So we lived
I don't
out
know.
of a camper and a storage unit. So like whenever you have stuff in storage, you have all of these visions of sugar plums and thinking, oh, well, whenever you need like your winter clothes, you can easily go in there and get your winter clothes.
Yeah.
It's because then you start pulling stuff out and then you start putting stuff back in and then you don't put it back in like where you put it the last time and it's just like this whole ordeal. So
The ordeal.
it was such, and then whenever you live in a camper, of course, you can't have all of your kitchen stuff
There ain't no room.
because there's no room. I mean, even like dishes for five people, there's not a lot of room. So we ate off of paper plates most of the
Yeah,
time.
because there's no dishwasher,
There's no
so you're
dishwasher.
washing dishes
Yeah. So it wasn't good for the
every day.
environment so much, but I mean, that kind of stuff you just don't think about. But it was definitely a lesson to be learned. Would we advise doing it for anybody else? It's doable, but
There's probably easier ways to do it than what we did.
yeah,
As Mandy
probably.
says, we move like gypsies.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Every
That's
time.
because she's always had people move her in the past.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you also really
It's
you
what you told me.
no, yeah, but
You packed it up and somebody
we
moved it.
packed it up and then somebody moved it. But
You got to have a lot of money to move you from one state to another. We didn't do that.
well, yeah,
Yeah.
we were trying to be very frugal. We were trying to be frugal with it,
We were just
and
very dumb.
yeah, but he also wants to get rid of everything. Like
Sure.
we got
We
rid
came up
of
here with a table. What else did we need?
we and like all the stuff that was actually in the storage. He was like, "Why didn't we get rid of all this?" And I'm like, "Because like that's keepsakes for your children, and he wants to throw it away, but
No, I didn't say that with a keepsake.
Whatever.
Just clothes.
Because well, anyway, some of that was keepsake, but.
And now we store it elsewhere.
What do you mean store elsewhere? We don't have a storage unit anymore.
Yeah, we do. It's called underneath the home.
Oh, it's called in the home. So, I mean, that's okay. But whenever the kids leave,
they're not going to take none of that.
Yes, they will. Oh, my God.
Did you take anything from
home
when you left?
I did.
What?
I took all that
You've been going now and getting it from your mama.
Okay, and then now I take it.
Yeah, you do.
But it doesn't matter. I mean,
we store it here.
It is not stored.
It is on our walls.
You're making it out to be like I'm a hoarder, and I'm not a hoarder.
There's not trails, but there's a lot of stuff.
Really? Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Anyway, so would we have done it any differently?
Yes, probably.
Yes, probably. We wouldn't have been so frugal.
Oh shoot! No, we would have went and saw what the kids were picking for sure.
Yeah, we would.
Because all the little things they packed in these 10 or 12 different boxes could have probably been put in one box.
It probably could have, it could have been condensed.
They did not do no condensing. It was like,
but we were
4 or 5 papers. So let's put this in a box
to let them be a part of it, and then you've got 10 gazillion other things to do, and we didn't go back.
You don't check it.
So yeah.
Hey, but
normal parents.
We packed it, put it in one storage unit in one state, put it in a trailer, brought it to another state, put it in another storage unit, repacked it up, took it to the home, and we didn't break any china. I can't believe it that
I know.
that one box that your dad chunked in the trailer that sounded like everything broke.
Right.
I sure thought that one was broke.
We thought it was a goner.
We didn't find nothing broke. I don't know how.
No.
But I was
glad.
But geez.
We did it.
What a move.
And then 2 years later, 2.5 years later, we found a house. And all of it, when did we get the storage unit completely? It was like 2 months, or was it a month after we moved in?
Baby, I had the storage unit cleaned out before January.
Okay. So almost a month. Yeah. So
I wasn't paying for another month in the storage
we
unit.
were, still being frugal.
Trying. She gave me till the 6th, and I used it up.
Yeah. So,
that's a bird.
I thought it was a rabbit.
Not a rabbit.
Well, we're sitting next to the dumpster, too. We may see a bear, but
Lord.
Anyway. But, yeah. So that's probably the number one thing that we start talking about whenever people find out that we lived in a camper, and, they ask, did you keep anything? Did you take anything from your home state? Did you, and we did. We did.
We kept each other and our kids and brought them from the other state.
Yeah. But we're now 6-ish months into 7 months living in our new home, and we have it all replenished now. So, I mean, we do.
Crazy.
And we've done a lot of Facebook Marketplace. We've done Still Being Frugal. We've done a lot of frugal stuff on Amazon, lots of sales, that kind of thing.
So a lot of things had to be put together.
Yeah, it's really nice having a husband that can put that together, because if not, then...
At least it wasn't IKEA. I've only put something together from there once, and I won't do it again. That was horrible.
Yeah, that was
and
bad.
We still have it.
No. Oh,
yeah, we do.
The china cabinet.
The heaviest thing in the house.
Yeah, seriously. Anyway, you can do it if y'all move from state to state. Sell as much as you can. Have yard sales. Sell on Facebook Marketplace like we did. Give it away.
Sell your kids.
Shut up.
Oh,
yeah, well,
can't do that.
Can't do that. But of course, keep all your keepsakes. Do what you have to do. We had to put it in storage because we were living in a camper. I mean, it worked for us.
It was tough.
and then whenever we unpacked the house or unpacked so we could to be in our house, we didn't have a lot of stuff. We still don't have a lot of stuff because like we got rid of a lot of it. But of course, whenever you get the little bit of stuff that you have, you kind of appreciate it more because we were without it
Uh,
for
you,
2 years.
you figure out what you need and
Yeah.
don't need living in a camper.
And then there was even stuff like in storage that we pulled out and we were like, we don't need this anymore. So we start selling that or putting it on Facebook Marketplace or we've given it away or whatever. We replenished the things that we needed. Like, of course, we all had to get new beds because we didn't have anything like that. And like Chris said, we slept on the floor with our mattresses for a little while. I mean, and we got the necessities of what we needed. And now I think all five of it, now you're probably about to be funny because you say that I go to Target all the time. But for the most part, all five of us, we really do think before we bring something into the house now.
Yeah, you have to.
Because, yeah, because
Do we really need this?
do we really need this? Is this a want or is this a need? Because whenever we were cleaning out our last house, which, we try to be as minimal as possible, but we had 3 kids and we had 3 kids under the age of 3 at one time as well. And we had twins at one time. So, I mean, some of that kind of got shoved to the side and some of it went into storage and we just forgot about it. So whenever we went to go and clean out the house and really clean out the house, we were like, why do we have all this stuff? Like, you know, so
It's
you
a
really
lot.
you start thinking about, and especially the more kids you have, you really start trying to be as minimal as possible. And so I
Yeah.
mean, 2 years in a camper did teach us that we don't need all the things. And then we start appreciating, even, oh my gosh, having plates to like eat off of was like a big deal for all of us. What was another thing that was like huge for us? Um,
Room when you get up in the
oh,
middle of the night on the bed and you don't hit your head on a cabinet above your head.
seriously,
Woo.
yeah, that was great. And even having space to walk around in, like um, it was just, and to be able to separate ourselves with doors and stuff like that, was a big deal. So, anyway, but yeah, we did it.
We made
We're
it.
here to tell
Some
about
days
it.
I just don't want to think about the campers no more. But
Yeah, I don't think,
I don't think I'll ever want to be camping in no
I don't
camper
want to
again.
ever say never because God, like,
Oh yeah,
always
but
tests you. But
if possible, I would like not to, unless it's just Mandy and myself,
yeah.
and not the
And the
whole.
kids were troopers. They really were.
Oh yeah, they did. It was just a lot.
They, it was just a lot more than,
It was a lot. I think it was more on us mentally than the physical because when you hit 2 years in the camper, you're going, man, are we ever going to find something? Are we going to? What are we going to do? And
but people all the time, they'll say, like, could we live in a camper? And yes, you
you
can
can,
live in a
yeah, we live in
camper,
it, but it'd
but
been nice to have your own piece of land or something like that where you got
right.
your own
And
space.
that was our
That was the hardest
biggest
part.
struggle for us was
Being in a long-term campground, less
right,
space,
less space,
outside space.
especially with 2 dogs and
Yeah,
kids that wanted to throw a ball all the time and do those
yeah.
things. So, but anyway, so yeah, but we made it,
It worked.
right? It worked.
We're here.
We're here. We're in a home. Will things change in the next couple of years? Maybe. Who knows? But we're here and we live to tell about it. So we're going to go in and have some supper because we're without children
Supper. People don't know
tonight.
what that is. Dinner.
Dinner in the South is supper. So,
Yep.
I mean, what do you mean?
Yeah,
People will
say
know what
goodbye.
it is. But anyway, Tell your mom and them we said hello, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.